So, morning all. We'll try and listen and see how I can message that. Oh, what a week. What an utter week. Oh dear. But on the plus side, as we do on the channel, we always have a cuppa. Every time. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. How's it going, Jamie? It's I don't know whether your week's been any better than mine. Mine's been complete shite. Oh dear. Oh, but yeah, did enjoy the video of the nightclub. I think I just got about 2 minutes left of it to watch, so I will see that today. Hopefully, work will let me have 5 minutes off. So, no worries, mate. Yeah, that's fine. I wish I was there to get a bag of chips with you. Maybe one day. Must try and do something next year, hopefully. So, yeah. Oh, let me have some of this. Yeah. Do not you try and not have these colds that I had this week, and as you know, had to axe filming for a couple of days. Literally couldn't talk at all. So yeah, had better weeks, and then work yesterday was an absolute nightmare. I had to rush over to Cambridge for an issue. So that's fine, mate. No worries. We'll catch up with Dean another day. We'll do another one of these. I wanted to do these as a trial, so you convinced me to do it, mate. So so we'll give it a go. I'm doing this on my PC, and I've got a PC that isn't overly Google friendly, so hopefully that's working okay. Yeah, I'm on a Surface Pro, and for some reason it has a Google lag. I've tried to search on it, but it's it don't really give you too many bits on it, so I don't know whether that is how it is or not. But there's definitely a lag on Google services on these direct Microsoft machines. My mate who's got an HP machine, he doesn't get it on Windows 11, so it's obviously something they're doing on these Surface tablets. Oh dear. So, hope everyone's okay for Friday. We have made it finally. So, and Anglin join. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, good to see all Jamie's mates on there. It's really good to see. I must try and create more on my own, really. I suppose we'll get there at some point. Yeah, typical Microsoft, mate. Yeah. I'm still toiling because there's bits I do like of Microsoft, and there's bits I like of Google. I was all Apple at one point, but I just find at times Mac had slight deficiencies when it was using Microsoft bits. So I thought, I know, I was due a new laptop, so I thought, I know, I'll try Surface, but we'll see. There's good points and bad points about the Surface. That is quite good for carrying about, but yeah, I can see with YouTube, and I'll end up back at Apple again next time. Yeah, hopefully the viewers will come, mate. We live in hope. So I know you guys have been doing it a lot longer than me. So I'll take advice from you guys. You know it way better than I do. So just doing the last bits for Christmas now. Seems to be a never-ending task. Luckily, my wife picks up most of it, so I've been kicked out of present wrapping. So I quickly learned that wasn't my forte. So oh dear. Is the chippy business going okay then? Is it all? You're still getting loads of customers? I've got to admit, I spend too much time in chippies, I think, myself. I bet you love shopping really well, don't you? Thank God for Amazon, that's all I can say. Yeah, you try and as time moves on, you try and think, you know, I'll cut down a bit more at Christmas as people move on and the kids get older and that. But yeah, you and then you just seem to end up spending just as much again. So you can't win. So do for the beers, yeah. I wish I could join you. That was several years ago. When I had alcohol and that, I used to come out with like rashes on my arms and like prickly heat and that kind of thing. Doesn't always happen. You never know what's going to happen. At this one point, you can have a little bit of alcohol and you're kind of okay. But I guess while I was in Tenerife, the volume must be pretty low because I could have vodka suns here and that was kind of okay. But I think when you come back to having proper alcohol, a proper volume level, that yeah, I I stay clear of it now. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I've got quite a bit of work on with Christmas with the work I do. I'm a contracts manager and I look after physical security, so the actual physical staff on site. So that's quite time consuming. I think I've got about 100 staff, so it's quite a bit of work to do. We all love being a line manager. Yeah, I bet you need the break, mate. So, but there, you know, at least you can get out and work for YouTube for a month then. So, I bet your missus won't want you hanging around the house a lot. If not, you'll end up doing jobs, mate. So you might as well. Now, what I did find funny, taking advice from you guys, when I did my video, Norwich to Tenerife on the plane, it kind of was really slow, and then I had a couple of, as we get wonderful comments from people, so I answered them, nice that we are, and this is while I was in Tenerife, and then suddenly that video just started picking up numbers literally for the moment I answered these comments. So I don't know, perhaps that's worth having some good bad comments that you answer and then that seems to boost your video around. Yeah, I suppose the numbers are slowly getting there, but I'll what are we, nearly 3 months in now, I think, for doing videos, so still lots to learn. Yeah, I've been trying to engage as much as I can, but I've been keeping up because I guess the analytics is on your comments and that as well, which is why I'd never close comments down. It's always good to have a chat. I'm not worried about the abuse or have to deal with enough of that work, so I can handle that. We say. So, oh. So is your chippy open every day then, mate, or is it just set days that you got open? Do not keep thinking of chips. I could eat them now. But, I did enjoy the breakfast that I had what was that? Where are we? Forgot where I am now. Wednesday. Thursday, Saturday. Yeah. Oh, that's good then. At least you can have a few days off then, mate. I don't tend to seem to get many days. Seems to my job, less I suppose because it's 24/7 work, and so it just, and you got people reporting to you all the time through email. It's I think even now, I think I've still got about 1,400 unread emails. So I just gave up trying to catch up a long time ago. So yeah, it's a bit never ending. So, and then you're trying to build this channel up around that as well. It's but I suppose not the only one. I'm sure a lot of these other YouTubers have got jobs as well that we're trying to get around doing it. We all seem to be doing long hours, particularly in this country nowadays. So yeah, perhaps we should try to leave it to Europe and just work half the week, mate. So yeah, I'd like a lot more time on YouTube. That's perhaps when you start as well. You got so many ideas of places you can go to and want to go to, but it's just getting the time, either around work, around family, or there's a cost to it, and because you're financing yourself, and you've got to pay to go in these places. That'd be great to obviously have people financing it for you. But there we go. Time will tell. So, but I do plan on doing the King's Lynn complete walk around, like I did for Tarrington. Obviously, that was my original hometown. So, just want to do a walk around and go from one end to the other, and we'll point out what's changed in my time. I think from last time I went there with the parents quite a bit. So yeah, I've got to admit the walk around ones, when I looking on that YouTube creators part, that does seem to be something they're suggesting doing. That seems to be a thing that people want to see now. So we'll try and keep with them. Not sure where we're going to go this weekend. I'll perhaps try and do the one that I was going to try and do last Sunday. Went to do National Trust Belbury because I wanted to do the North Walk because I haven't done that one yet, not on YouTube. And got there, and there was people at the front telling you to move on. So I thought, oh great. Luckily, Sheringham Park is kind of just round the corner. So I think it's just about 5-minute drive, 10-minute drive from Felbury. So, but I think it turns out there was a carol service, so they were stopping all the cars going in. So just to update people from the Sheringham Park 2 video, it wasn't shut the whole day. It turns out after a bit of research when we got home, it was just shut just while they did the carol service. So, because Sheringham Park, like Felbury, like a lot of these National Trust places, they have their own church, what I guess would have been for the family at the time in the local community. So yeah. But I have been invited, I think I said before, by the Methodist Church for the one I did at Tarrington. It's the same reverend who looks after the next village up. And she has asked me to do a video on that church as well. So, and I think that's a bit bigger one there. And they have a bigger congregation. So we'll go and do that one. We'll probably try and capture a few of these while we're off over Christmas. Well, I'll say off. I'm on call all over Christmas, but hopefully, fingers crossed, the staff want to come in and work. We live in hope. So has the price of materials hit you a bit in the chippy, or I don't know how that is for retailers and that at the moment, and the hospitality guys. I guess they must be getting hit quite a bit at the moment. Yeah, that's good. I did do a bit of well, just because you're so what's the bloody word I'm thinking of? It's so in your mind about what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. I suppose perhaps more for me because I'm new to it than obviously you veteran guys. So, um, but I did read. I know you're okay, obviously doing outsides of churches, but I did see that you when I looked at the Church of England bit to see how many people were what you were allowed to do in the churches, and that there was such a list of you have to get this, that, and the other. I thought that's just not worth it. So I normally wait until I get an invite and go in and do it that way. Yeah, I bet it is, mate. I know our costs have gone up. Let alone how can I put this politely? The team that's in Westminster at the minute. We'll put it that way. Um, yeah, our prices have gone up. And I say for you guys with raw materials, luckily I don't have to deal with that too much on my sector. But yeah, I guess for you guys, I bet that's bloody hit the roof. So I know my family background. I've obviously completely thrown the family out going into management and that. But all my family background because I did a bit of the ancestry bit. I did the DNA bit and all that a while ago. So I did a bit of that one time, and all my even going back to my father as farming community. So, and I know they've all been hit with material prices and that. So it's not good at the moment. But I suppose we can't all move out of the country and go somewhere else. It is bloody tempting, I have to say. But perhaps with a euro win. But with the money I'm on there, that ain't going to happen. We're lucky if we can get to Great Yarmouth, let alone anywhere else. So, yeah. Who have we got in? Drop me a line, guys, if any of you have joined in or watching. I'm always here to natter, or if you got any questions. As my boss said, there is no stupid questions, and luckily for him, I have lots of them. So that was yeah, that is a place, mate. I certainly don't recognise it. I know growing up, that was kind of in the local community for us. Obviously, I grew up and was raised in the Kingsland area. I live in Norwich now, so still not managed to leave Norfolk. So I did in the forces, obviously, like we all do. But that was about the only time. But yeah, Great Yarmouth. Yeah, I spent most of my infant junior school going there on holidays each summer. We never actually went during August, like I suppose most families did, because my dad was a farmer. So obviously, farming that the harvest was done over the summer holiday period. So we used to always go on holiday in May on the May bank holiday for the week. So yeah, it was a summer holidays for us was sort of left at home. So see these bloody youngsters, mate, they don't know how easy they have it now. I suppose most kids are what go abroad nowadays. But, oh dear. So last weekend before Christmas, I hope we're all geared up for it. I'm pretending I am. So just I don't know. I think ever since you're not a child, it's just not the same anymore. I don't know. I suppose I've gone into miserable old fart mode. I suppose. There's my brother. He's completely obsessed with it. He's everything in everything for Christmas he does, but I just can't get my head around it. Certainly in the last 10 years, I think as the kids grow up and that, it's kind of not the same. So I think now my youngest is 20. They just sort of do their own thing now. So you're kind of left on your own. I suppose you can see how some of the older people are who are left on their own in the country. Well, you do need to keep an eye on them. So you do feel sorry for them, But I've got to admit, there's times you think, yeah, it'd be good just to bugger off and go and do some videos instead. So, yeah, abroad. Yeah, we never did that as a kid. That was something I wanted to bring to mine, which we did. We was fortunate enough we could do it. Kind of. It was a bit of a strain on finances, but it's but what to do, what I could for them, like most parents do. So, but now me as a kid, now we never went abroad. I think the kind of nearest to abroad holiday we had was visiting my brother in Germany once, but that was just about as I was about to leave high school. He was based there in the army, so we kind of got it pretty cheap anyway. But that's the only time really we went abroad. So all our holidays were in the UK. So the only thing I haven't done, and I keep meaning to do, and then I keep thinking, Christ, I'm getting too bloody old now. I've never really done Lake District and all that kind of thing. Now we're sort of driven through there. I think because of that word we can't mention on YouTube that happened a year ago where we was all at home. I think in 2021 we had a week in Edinburgh, and then when we drove back, we drove back through Lake District way. So yeah, I can see why people kind of fall in love with that arena. But no, I've never really done it, and it's one of them things people keep telling me, you really should do. But then again, there's lots of places in this country. I thought, Christ, I've got to 52. There's places in the UK I've still never been to. So I did what now Jamie may sympathise here. Now I did way too much in Wales, particularly army training. And as usual, the army never took you there in the summer. They always took you there sort of between December and February. So can't think why. So honeymoon at the lakes. Yeah, I think I did watch one of your videos. You was talking about this on one of your videos, I think. Was it when I'm sure that was yours? Was it when there was a flood or something? Or one of the places you was at? There was flood, or you went in there when it was heavy rain, and try to think what it was now. I'm sure you'll correct me anyway. So, but yeah, I've done a bit of York. I keep meaning to go back to York because I haven't been up there since I was a kid. And I just know there's so much up there that you could, I'm sure you could spend a bloody week in York with different bits to look at. Trying to think where else. I've been there in Edinburgh quite a few times. Newcastle I've been up to. I did a course there when I came out of the army. So I had a weekend up there. So quite a big place. But that's about the only time I've been up there. Apart from that, you got to admit, I just haven't been up, and I'm sure there's loads of places you could visit. And again, if you've got a never-ending salary, mate, I suppose I'd love to just bugger off, just go around the country, just stopping at places and just do that and just do filming. That'd be great. Get a lottery win. That'll be a dream. Go around doing that. You could have a whole month just driving around bits to bits. That'd be good. I've got to admit, I do admire these people who are on their own. They just bugger off and go and do that. That must be good. So is there any other places you've got lined up you're going to video up, mate? Or I'm trying not to do the same places, mainly because you've got such a list you want to do, but getting to these places is perhaps easier said than done, really. There's a few I'm kind of... I love a camper van and the Sky 500, yeah. There's I can't remember a bloody name now. There's a YouTuber, Scottish lady, who does all this stuff in the van. I do apologise if she's watching. Not that she'd watch mine anyway, so I'm pretty safe. Can't remember her name now. Young blonde-haired lady. But yeah, I like how she just goes off, does all these villages and all that. It must be great. I thought, yeah, no, that's a dream. It's perhaps something you'd sort of think out as you get older. Film Christmas and Monday. Gonna be a busy day. Yeah. Yeah, I bet it will, mate. You watch By the Curb. No, I'll check that one out, mate. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to stick to all these smaller channels if I can, but YouTube, I would imagine, like with my stuff, doesn't make it easy to find them all the time. So it's either going off like you've done people's recommendations, or if they just happen to pop up. I think there was another guy I saw who seemed to be a smallish channel. I think he was doing Yorkshire Way. They're not bloody terrible, these names. What were these? Let's just have a quick look, see if I can find these names. Don't know, you never find them when you want them, can you? Oh, I can't find these names there. I'll dig them out anyway and put them on there. But yeah, there's another guy who was doing up Yorkshire Dales and that kind of thing. I was watching some of his videos the other day. So I think he was doing what I think that he did, like the original pub that they used in Emmerdale Farm. I think he showed the outside of that. So that's quite interesting. And then I've been watching some of these videos when when you're bored, watching some of these. And that was interesting, I suppose. There was one I watched the other day, this guy where he goes through the old Argos catalogues from the 80s and where we used to, and where you used to circle things and, yeah, mum, I'll have that. And then as a kid, you end up circling half a catalogue. So knowing full well you weren't going to get anywhere near that. So, but yeah, it's good watching. So, do not actually at times. I think that's quite pleasing to watch some of these smaller channels than it is the bigger ones. But yeah, that that curb one, yeah, I'll check that one out, mate. We'll have a look at that one. So, but yeah, I'll get you kind of you like watching the big channels, but as a YouTuber, you get a different thought thinking in your mind, where because you know what's you know what you have to do to produce this content, and then you can start to pick holes maybe in the bigger ones. I know they perhaps they've been doing it a bit longer, and then they've obviously clearly got better kit and finance than we've got, but it's yeah, it's you can start to see what you can do if you got the time and finance, and put it that way. So, me and brother used to pretend we could buy every toy in the catalogue. Yeah, I've been there, mate. I would say, yeah, I was kind of. I don't know how mum and dad afforded it. I think they must have. I think pretty much they, you kind now you're that age now. You kind of look back, and you think, do you know what? I can't actually remember mum and dad having this, doing that. So I'm thinking finance wise, I think mum and dad cut and skipped a lot for me and my brother, and you appreciate it and see it more now. And I kind of want to do the same. I suppose I'm perhaps in a little bit better place than maybe they would have been at my age, maybe. Although I would say I'm useless at saving, where they're pretty good at it. So, but yeah, I could say we were a bit spoiled. But I suppose in the kind of way we do it a bit for our kids anyway. So hence the reason why I had to shoot off to bloody Coventry yesterday to pick my daughter up. So because Megabus decided just before Christmas, oh, we're going to pull services, not run them anymore. I thought, cheers, and to get a train that'd be like half a mortgage. So so I quickly yesterday afternoon had to shoot over to Coventry and pick my daughter. Luckily, I was kind of halfway there yesterday anyway with work, but yes, we quickly shot over to Coventry, picked her up, and come back. So that ended up a late night or later getting back yesterday. So bloody kids, tell you, it'd have me. But yes, good shout out to Megabus. That's just when I would cancel services, when everyone's coming over Christmas. Yeah, spot on. Well then, let's see. Oh. Yeah, you can see the sacrifices as you get older, mate. Yeah, I don't know. You perhaps, I think you kind of get to a point when they're asking for presents and that, or asking you what you want. You think, Christ, you get in your 50s. You think, well, there ain't really nothing I want, really. And the only stuff I do want, I couldn't afford myself. So, yeah. So just going back to kit, mates. What PCs and that sort of thing you using? I know you got your Pocket 3, ain't you? Lucky bastard. Anyway, but yeah, I just wonder what PCs and all that you're using, or what you're using for your editing. I'm still using kind of basics at the moment. I think I'll perhaps wait until I either move kind of either back to Apple wagon or something, and then we'll perhaps look at the Final Cut Pro or something. I've just been kind of hanging out because I didn't want to spend too much setting this up in case that ends up being a bit of a waste of time. Adobe Premiere Pro. Yeah, I did chat with daughter. Well, actually, while we have an artist in the house for a week, so I think she's gonna show me some bits while we're here. She's the expert on it, so we might as well get these uni people in, mate, to do it all. But yeah, I'll have a look at that. Does Adobe cost a lot then? I thought that was is that an expensive program? I've got to admit, at the moment, I'm just using Clipjam for things. I'm sure that'd be like swearing for most YouTube and editing people, but I just use it because I've got my head around it and it's kind of easy. So it's not perfect, but yeah. Right, I'll be back in one mo while I go and answer the door. Good old Amazon.
Take YouTube off there before we get you.
Oh dear. Right. Back again. Yeah. So, yes, back again. That's Amazon all done. Yeah, it does do the job, mate. So, it's not perfect. I did see the one about cow cut and all that. But I'll maybe look like daughter mentioned about that one. But we'll try that maybe at some point. And I did see I do watch that Rob the Maritimer because he's on a bit DaVinci Resolve and that. So, but I'll take it easy and get my head around it a bit easier that way first, I think. So there's still a long learning curve to do yet. So luckily it's the weather's holding out here today at the moment. That's something. So, but it was cold. Yeah, the heating had to go on this morning. So I don't know what it's like for everywhere else, but it's definitely certainly a lot cooler today. Chippy is open now. yeah. I don't know when. I don't know whether the school's finished today. I haven't really looked actually. Luckily, I'm not sort of at that level they're there though. But I suppose once the kids are off to Does that? I suppose you get a bit more in the chippy then. I bet tonight at tea time, I bet they'll be queuing up. I know our one round the corner, he gets so busy. I don't know how he does it. I'd never remember the bloody orders, mate. I got a bit. You go and do these reviews and that, but I have to admire these people who do waiter and waitressing and that. I'd never remember it. I'd be absolutely crap at that already. What? So. I think you said, was it your daughter works in there on a weekend or something at the chippy? So, see, I keep talking about chips. Do not I could bloody live on chips. I don't my arteries could, but I mean, I'd give it a go. I think that's all we used to eat when I was in the forces. God knows how we used to do the runs. I think obviously your body could put up with it when you was in your 20s. But I suppose your body could put up with a lot of things when you was in your 20s. So I just find a lot of army people, that's when you come out and you get in your 40s and 50s, you start to feel all the punishment you sort of went through. I know when, because my feet have been knackered since I come out, I had trench foot bad when I was in Ireland, and that got me up for a week in bed. But yeah, actually my feet were that bad through the lakes and all that we had to walk through. That took about a week for my feet to dry out medically, and ever since then, they're not the same. They're not right. So that's my excuse for wearing Crocs all the time, anyway. So, although I do see Crocs are coming into fashion again a bit now, so I suppose we've got Love Island to thank for that. I will admit I do watch a bit of Love Island, even at my age. So, Merry Crocsmas, yes, mate. Unfortunately, I didn't know whether this is something because of the condition, but basically I did get it medically checked when I was out, and the cushioning that you have on the bottom of your feet for mine is completely gone. So when you do walk in enough of footwear, you can walk over the slightest little pebble or anything on the floor and it kills your feet. And the only thing I find that kind of soothes it, fortunately or unfortunately, obviously fortunate for the Crocs company, but is wearing them. I think because the cushioning that you get on them, that seems to be a medical workaround for my feet. So anyway, that's my excuse anyway. So, but yeah, I think all these long runs with half your locker on your back obviously helped your joints and that. So, oh dear. Well, hopefully hopefully that won't be too busy for you in the chippy. So now I've always thought working there, you must be tempted to have a chip every now and again. Bring out a version of walking boots. Yeah, God, that'd be a blessing and a half, mate. That'd be a seller for me straight away. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Scoffing chips now. I couldn't resist it. I'll tell you. Listen, another reason why God hasn't granted me the lottery win, mate. Because yeah, I think I'd be eating crap all the time. I think I'd weigh about 40 stone. It's a good job. Perhaps I do all these walks and try and wear it off. So, but yeah, oh dear, what a time. Yeah. As usual, anything that's good for you just tastes of nothing or horrible. So, but oh dear, yes, it's certainly been a week. It really has. Right, I'll be back in a quick second. I've just got to let the dog out. Oh dear, yep, she's chatting to the neighbours like she normally does. Unfortunately, they can't understand what she's saying, but yeah. No, she do well, like me. She's getting on a bit, so. Oh. But it's yeah. So just got work to do today. Endless tapping away. I see. Unfortunately, with my job, you're based at home all the time, which can be good and bad. But yeah, it's does have its drawbacks. Yeah, fridge magnets. Yeah, we that's something the missus started, and I think the kids, and I sort of grown from there. So yeah, working at home. Yeah, we're in my role. We're all set up as remote workers from the start. I think we are meant to be out and about, but as usual with a lot of these companies, they give you so much what ends up being data inputting. It's all, I suppose, like modern day and age. It's all PC based nowadays. But it's so time consuming. But you've really got to discipline yourself with because you'd end up. I'm sure that's sometimes why I like this remote working, because you just end up going way over your hours. So you've really got to discipline yourself to. I will log on this time, and I will cut off myself at this time, and that kind of thing. But I do have to do a bit of on-call work only because I'm accountable for my portfolio. So, and if you leave it, it will end up getting a mess, and you end up having to sort it anyway. So you might as well I'll just do it. So, but yeah, working at home. Yeah, it's got some good bits to it. It's just I have to keep going making my own tea here. So. But at least it's made right with my Yorkshire bags. So it's the only thing that I wish TUI would do what Jet2 are doing. So because I know Jet2 uses TUI, uses Yorkshire tea bags on theirs, and I'm not sure what TUI do, but that definitely in Yorkshire, mate. So yeah. But yeah, it's kind of I'll get used a lot for all the family's deliveries because they know I'll be working at home. So you end up getting endless Amazon deliveries and everything else because they know you'll be here to answer the door. So that's kind of good for them. But yeah, you just feel like where perhaps I suppose if you're in an office and you would have set lunch breaks and set breaks where you go around. And when you're working at home, you tend to just carry on working. I think that's perhaps the secret what these companies have, really. So like I said, I think working at home, yes, 50% is good, but the other 50%, you've really got to discipline yourself to do your set work times, what you'd perhaps do if you went out to work. So yeah. So sometimes good, but as I'm sure these companies know, working at home, you're using all your own electric and everything else, so it is costing you actually. I'm pretty certain the time I get my wage and take away really what it's costing me to work, I bet I'm on quite a low wage. He says, I'm sure if any of my staff are listening, they'll say bollocks, as he. But yeah. So. Well, so has the price of chips gone up, mate? This is the thing. I don't know. I just go in and pick them up. I'd never really look at prices, to be honest. So, I think they do seem a bit dearer than they were, but you know, when you guys are getting hit with uplifts, you know, that's got to be funded somewhere, unfortunately. And like everything else with these courier things and that, you know, it's going to hit the customer in the end. Yeah. So let me just go and shut this back door now the dog's back in before I freeze to death. So no, I think where you live in Jamie, I don't think I've ever been up there. So I think every time with Bits in Yorkshire, that's like you're always passing through. And there must be so much to go and see up there. I'm sure Yorkshire. I suppose when you watch stuff on telly, I guess that's another really big area in the country. A big sector of the country. I bet you could spend months up there and not see it all. So I was going to say Yorkshire. That's such a vast area. I don't think people actually, you look at it on the map, and I don't think you actually appreciate how big it is. So I suppose I'm kind of fortunate where I am in Norwich, because we've got the entire Norfolk coast that we can visit, and most of it is not that far away. At the most, it's no more than an hour drive, perhaps not even that. Like I say, where I am, Great Yarmouth, you'll be there in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. So I do plan on doing a video on a lot of these places. What can I say? These coastal resorts around Norfolk. I'll get words out in a minute. And I know there's other channels done that, but could be me. And I'm not going to sit here and say I've done piles and piles of research, because I haven't. But one of the bits I did want to do on my channel, which I know won't be a big hitter for views and that, but I wanted to visit places that either people haven't been, or it's really not high up on the scale of the places they want to visit. I do notice a lot of the big channels, yes, they go to all the really known places, but they completely miss out all these places that a lot of people have never heard of. Whether it's handy or not for people visiting the county, as I'm sure all the other local YouTubers do in all their areas, I do think people really need to pay attention with the smaller channels, because chances are they're going to visit some really good places that the big YouTubers wouldn't cover or would never cover. And people visiting the counties could well visit these places. And the chances are locally you're going to know all these little hidaway places that normal people, you'd never be able to research it and find it. So I've got so many walks I want to do. It'd be nice just to get the time to do it, but they're on the list. They're going to get done. So yeah, I have got coming very soon. We've got an aviation museum walk we're going to do. We're going to go in. It's not been invited. It's kind of been on my, as you do. Well, actually, there's a couple of places. That's one of them. That's about 5 or 10 minutes away from where I am. It's one of them places I've been wanting to visit for a while, and actually, I've never been there. Some of the family have been there, but I've never been. So I thought we'll wait until we're got some quiet time for a video, and then we'll go and do that one, and then we'll take you around all these old vintage planes. I know there's an electric Lightning there. There's a Vulcan bomber and that there. There's a Victor tanker. So we're gonna, I'm sure for all you plane nerds, you'll know what I'm on about. But yeah, there's some out there that we're going to go and video there at some point. That is on my list to do. Hopefully in the next few months we'll go and do that one. I've been trying to do it when we've got a quieter time, or when we're needing to go and do a video on that kind of end. So there's that one, and then we have got one which I think I'm sure that's been on YouTube, but there's one called the Muckleburgh Collection, which has got all hardware tanks and all that kind of thing. And again, it's one of these places I promised the kids we'd go to. It's not that far from Sheringham Park, actually. And I did promise the middle daughter that we would go there. Bear in mind, she was about 5 then. So she's about 25 now. So what I may do on that one, I may invite her and say we're going to go to the place we should have gone to about 20 years ago, but we never did. And then we'll see if she wants to do that one. If not, we'll take ourselves and go on that one. So again, not been invited on that one either, so that'll be all done by me. But but yeah, I think it's meant to be a pretty good day and quite interesting with bits we can see. So we'll try and pick that up. I might leave that perhaps till the spring when the sort of weather's picking up a bit better. But yeah, apart from that, obviously, like I said, I think when I originally started this channel, I wanted to find some out of the way dog walks as well. So we're gonna find them, or even just some walks, not necessarily dog walks, but just some walks. But I wanted to video bits that either has been very little YouTubed or not YouTubed at all. And the video I have already done, the walk through the farm one. Now that one, it wouldn't be on people's radar because that is private property. But that's the farm where my father works. So it was good to do that. So we've got some other bits we're going to do around there yet as well. And I've got another marsh area, which is not far from the Lincolnshire coast, sort of where Norfolk and Lincolnshire border. There's an area there, which I'm going to go and video that. That one I might try and do over Christmas, just to give you a kind of a winter watch, kind of look over it. But that's one that I haven't been since bloody hell, I'd doubt since I was in my 20s. So we're going to try and video that one. That's quite a big long walk, that one, and you can walk out in the marsh up to this mound that they built in the 60s, I believe, 50s or 60s. So we're gonna have a look out there. That'll be interesting. There are some old war buildings that I can remember as a teenager playing around in. So we're going to do some filming around there as well. So we've got this kind of film thing planned. And then locally, yes, I've still got a whole Norwich walk to do because I've been asked off a few local people about that. Shop's already bonkers. I'm still there. Yeah, you're still there, mate. You're hanging there. So, yeah, I bet it's maxed out, mate. I don't blame him. I'll get it, yeah. I think I could keep eating chips until I couldn't eat any, really. I don't know what it is with chips. It's just something about them. I bet that's one of the most simplest kind of foods, isn't it? And not like I'm any chef. I mean, I got a bloody clue about cooking, mate. So I don't mind doing the eating part, but I ain't got a clue on the cooking. So, but yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's just something about chips, salt and vinegar and chips. You know, yeah, you just can't beat it, can you? So. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of the best time. I'm perhaps going to do some of these the known resort ones, possibly in the spring. I didn't particularly want to maybe do it in the winter, really, because it's not going to show you a good aspect, I didn't think. And I didn't want to do it in summer because that's just too busy. And there's too many big YouTubers do, like Great Yarmouth and Chroma and that. So I think we'll perhaps possibly do it around springish kind of time, where we get a bit of a happy medium. And yeah, that'll give a bit of an oversight, and I'll give my view on it as well. Seems I'm born and bred in this county, as I say. So, as I'm sure people will tell with the accent. Although mine isn't as quite as broad as, because I'm West Norfolk and not sort of North Central Norfolk. So, and with my accent, we get a slight bit of the Lincolnshire twang in it. So I'm told off the experts anyway. So where I was raised, that was which was Terrington. That's only about I don't know, about 10 or 15-minute drive away from the Lincolnshire border. So we're quite close to Lincolnshire there. So yeah, and obviously we was in Lincolnshire this week. So when we was at Spalding, so slowly getting a little bit nearer to you, Jamie, but not still a million miles away. But yeah, I'll have to see how long a drive that is up to yours. I suppose it must be what, a couple of hours, I guess. I'll look into that. We'll look into that. because I must come up there and get some chips at your place, I think. Oh dear. Do not. I think that'd be hell for me doing your job. The smell and that. I think that'd kill me. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, again, thanks for anyone who has tuned in and watching and putting up with me rabbling on. So about nothing really. So, but yeah, it's good to see you. We'll try and do these at least once a week, perhaps more. Again, just trying to build subs up. I know I'm really early into this, so I just take advice from new veterans who've been doing this for a while. I'm just a mere sprog at this YouTubing at the moment, so it's still learning the ropes. But yeah, we've got 3 likes. That's good. Good. Yep. What else is going on at the moment? Hoping that you're going to get some break in your shop at some point, mate. I suppose at the end of the day, once you've done all your chips, you then got to clear up then, I suppose. Do you get a lot of wastage or do you rate it all, mate? I mean, I would. I'd never work out how much to cook and how much not to cook. So I suppose you've really got to know your customer base for that. So account for that. So I've never done retail in my life. So I've pretty much done the forces and security, and that's about it, really. So look like nearly lunchtime already. Let's just check the old chat. I don't think we've got any questions on here. No, that's right. Like I said, if anyone's got any questions, bung them at me, and we will get you an answer. So of some kinds. So plans for next year. I would say trips, as in our holidays abroad at the moment. Nothing at the minute. I think we just want to see where finances are and where the globe is. So, and wouldn't normally book anything too early next year anyway. If we do, I think we'll just do one out in next year. I think I'll see if everyone's finances are getting squeezed. So, unless because anyone wants to sponsor me, I'm always open to that. But I'm sure we've got plenty of bits in the UK we can do anyway. But yeah, we'll soon as I've got an announcement of where we're going to go, we are going to. I don't think we'll do Tenerife next year. We'll pick something new for next year. But again, like I said, we'll see. Like with everyone in the UK, we'll see where jobs and finances and everything else are while we're being self-sufficient. So. And up till then, I'll just bore everyone with walks and dog walks. So now we've got a whole list of stuff we haven't even looked at yet. So like I said, it's just getting the time to do it. But like I said, we'll give you a couple of hints on the aviation museum and there's a few railway walks I want to do as well. Again, I know some people have kind of done them. But I think it's good. And even when you get people saying, oh, well, that's been done lots of times before, but it's always good, even for archive, when people do a new video and they redo it again. So at least you've got a latest up to date of the view of that walk, that place. I'm sure in years to come when we're no longer about and these videos are still out there, at least there's a good... it's always like a bit of history. It's good, a bit of history in it. And it's always good for children, grandchildren, and more generations going forward that they can go back and look at all these videos. That, again, I like to point out the smaller channels because I just find, from what I've seen, I think the smaller channels, the chances are going to view more of this local archive kind of local historical stuff, perhaps more than the bigger channels would. Bloody customers. Oh dear. It's all revenue, mate. Think of it that way. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, good old customers, mate. So yeah, I don't seem to please mine a lot, but oh dear. That ain't for trying. I do try. If any are listening, I do really try. It's yeah. I just think the state of the country at the minute is, yeah, you're either got one section who do want to work, and then you got another lot who are quite happy just to sit on the bums. So, but we're not going to go into that on this channel. Yeah, see, I'll have to put a kettle on again soon. Right, so we're up to an hour. Wow, done an hour. I think this one I'd set for an hour and a half. So we'll do this next half hour up till 12:30, and then we'll perhaps call it a day for this one. But again, anyone got any questions or that? Not that not that I've got 100,000 watching. We can all dream of that. But yeah. No, what's a good seller, mate? Now, is it cod? How that all plays? That'd be the question I'd have. No, I'm not really a place fan. Just some bit of taste in that. Cod I can eat till the cows come home. Haddock I don't mind either. I'm not saying I'm not particularly a big seafood person. As you might have seen on the Tenerife videos, where I showed you the seafood ones, that would have been the missus plate. She loves seafood and that, but I'll have a bit of cod, mate, and that's a bit of my limit. I'm more of a meat kind of person. So we can test out as many fried breakfasts as people want to do. Obviously, I did one of them this week. If any are watching, I don't think they are, but if they are, the Royal Blue Meat Co. in Terrington, that breakfast, yeah, I ain't had one that good for quite a while. So, only thing I would add to it, I did say that on the video at the time. One point I would add to it, perhaps, is a black pudding. Absolutely, I do love a black pudding. I have to say, if we can add that in, I will come in and have another one. No, I'll perhaps come in anyway, but I will be back there at some point because I ain't had one of your cakes yet. So I will. We will try one of them. I'm not a big dessert cake kind of person. Kind of. I will have them. Unfortunately, I'm a savoury person. I could sit there and keep eating savoury all day. Try not to. I've been trying to lose weight all this year, and then the holidays come up, and then you go back and start again, and then you go on holiday again, and then Christmas comes up. That's sort of losing battle, really. No, my wife, she's doing absolutely brilliant, and well done to her on her travels for losing weight. She's done excellent. Unfortunately, I'd like to say the same for me, but mine's a bit up and down. So yeah, but we're trying again now. Yesterday went a great day. Unfortunately, McDonald's got hit quite a bit yesterday, so perhaps I should do I keep thinking perhaps do a review video on McDonald's. I seem to spend a lot of time there. Yeah, chances are someone's already done that. Not looked. There's bound to be a channel for a review of McDonald's, so if not, we'll start that. I know there is people going around doing chip shops and that. So, well, I don't really want to get into other people's bits. We wanted to start doing local stuff and doing travels, and I've been fortunate. Although we've had to pay for it, but we've done the food travels. And I suppose this is something that people say, actually, and I've watched a few videos on this, where one of the biggest regrets they have was not doing YouTube years ago. And going through my back catalogue, people will see, I think, one of my first videos that I did, particularly with me on it, was the IB for one. So we're going back to late 2017 now. And do you know what? I was actually going to start then. And I did a bit, and then I thought, no, ain't that great. This ain't going to work. So I never bothered. So I did that one for a couple of minute video, and then that was it. And I didn't do any more. And yeah, I would say that had been a regret. I wish I had carried it on and started then. But there, we live and learn. And I know I'm in my early 50s now, so you know time's getting on. So we'll give this a good run as much as we can, and if it works, it works. If we get subs and that kind of thing, then you know we'll keep on at it. But we'll definitely give it a good run. I know it's going to take years, but like I said, we'll give it a good run and see how it goes. Hoping, fingers crossed that you know we get somewhere. You never know. So hopefully Jamie ain't too busy chatting to these customers. You know that they have got to go home and eat it, mate. So yes, but there. Right, let's check the old chat again. Yeah, so pretty. I think we're up to date on there anyway. They won't stop coming in. Who do they spend money there? Yeah. Yeah, I wish I was there, mate. I would come in and I'd get a bag off you easily. Actually, I'd have a bit of cod and chips. I think I could quite easily eat that now. So, oh dear. I'll tell you what, I can make myself skin eating chips. It's a good job we do these walks. I know I've said that before, but yeah, good job we do that, really. So, yeah, there you go, Jeremy. Yeah, I could so eat them now. Yeah, my voice is kind of getting there. It's not 100% perfect. It's it's slowly on the repair, if I can put it that way. But yeah, I ain't had a cold like that for a while. Yeah, it really wasn't great. So that's certainly €3. And unfortunately, when you're either doing YouTube and all your job is speaking to people and customers and that, and you can't actually talk, that really throws everything out. So, but yes, well, like I said, we'll give this till 1:30, and then we'll call it a day then, and we'll book another one of these. Hopefully we'll get some more people in. I know there's some wanted to join today and we're tied up. And like I say, I do apologise. You better do this earlier in the week, but obviously not being able to talk, that might have been a bit of a quiet live stream. So yeah, so we had to put it to today, but we'll arrange one a bit more ahead of time next time, just so plenty of people can join. So, anything planned for the weekend at all? I know I'm out at Tarrington Saturday. I might try and see if we can get some filming done there. You know, we're doing a vlogmas now. I did say I was doing these. We're doing a vlogmas number 2 today. So let me just just get a phone, get some recording. Get something for the channel. I did say I'll do this vlogmas and then you end up getting so busy doing other things as well. So here we go. See, I'll do this live on these. So here we see this. So hi guys, yeah, as you can see, we're on the live at the moment. This is continuing with the old vlogmas. We got a bit busy this morning, so but yeah, as you can see, we're on the live. Jamie, the Yorkshire Walker, subscribe to him if you haven't subscribed. Don't forget mine as well. Yeah, I will catch up with you guys a bit later. We're going to finish this live. I know Jamie's busy with his customers at the moment, so bless him. But we'll catch up with him in a bit. So I will catch you guys soon. There you go. A video on a live. How about that, eh? We'll get a bit more of this Vlogmas done. I did promise Brooke I would do this, so I must send her a message. So she got me into this bloody Vlogmas stuff. So Brooke says if you haven't seen her channel, I got quite hooked onto watching her videos, and bless her, she's certainly working hard as a single parent, and we all know what it's like to be a parent. So yeah, as I said on the comments earlier, Brooke, hang in there. I know you got a 4-year-old. For me and Jamie, that was years ago, but but yeah, hang in there. It will get better. It's all hard work, all to start with. So if you think it's hard now, wait until they're a teenager. Oh well. Yeah, so you've got chips on my mind again now, Jamie. You're such a bad influence, you are. I will catch one of your lives. I assume you'll be doing one of them perhaps this weekend, maybe. I'll have to see. I'll tell you what, I'll be so glad when you're not got these colds and you're more well again. Oh, so takes it out of you. I think it's obviously something as you get older. No, we keep talking about age and that, but it's obviously something as you get older. Seems to really knock you back. Well, these colds and that. Not man flu. Before we get anyone say it wasn't man flu. Quite interesting. I had a flu jab, and I got offered that when I was 50 from the doctors. And funny enough, since then, they've never asked me back. Now, I don't know whether I've upset them or something, but in the last few years, I've never been offered another jab, so I don't know what that's about. I thought you got them each year. Maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, I've never been offered one again. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But there, yeah, I don't know what travelling we're going to do over Christmas. I think we're mainly local. So I think my parents are away anyway. I think they're going over to my brother's. So because we normally go there for Boxing Day, and that'd have been another whole stream of videos we could have done there. So but there. Now, as you're saying, it's not me moving this camera unless it's my Surface Pro does this, and I don't know when it's ever going to do it. It seems it's meant to follow you about, and sometimes it seems to work and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm not quite sure. I know when I've done online meetings, people have asked how I get that moving, and yeah, it seems to somehow it points you out sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. So, but. Good one, Microsoft. You seem to get this to work sometimes. Chances are it's me and it's not set up correctly. But there. Oh dear. But so I'm not. I know we're out. I'm out quite a bit next week. We've got a bit of travelling to do next week and getting jobs ready for Christmas. So, so we'll perhaps try and do another kind of Vlogmas. Perhaps a Vlogmas number 3. We'll perhaps try and do Monday. I think. I'll take you on one of my glorious days out. I don't know whether we'll stop anywhere or not. It's like I said, I'm quite busy with work Monday, but we are venturing around Cambridge Monday, so I'll perhaps take everyone with me. You can enjoy my vast interest in life. So I suppose that's okay for some of these. Some people must lead really interesting lives, but yeah. I can perhaps see why my subs are where they are. They're watching my videos. Oh dear. Yeah. But we'll keep on the hunt out. Anyone got any other smaller local channels you want to forward over to me have a look? I'm absolutely all up for supporting them and having a look at what they're doing. I find it really interesting what some of these guys do. It's really good to see. It's really good to see videos that are smaller and they're not covering things that other people do, and it's just perhaps things you wouldn't have thought of. So I just find these big channels are okay, but they kind of stick with all this big stuff, and I'm guessing they're sponsored for that as well. Either that or all they got cash. So, but I'm guessing you must get to a point you covered all these big places so many times. You know, does it dry up? Does it not? I don't know. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm still learning. But surely you can keep going on to these big places and that so many times. Like there's people go to America a lot, and I totally understand. That's a vast place. I'd imagine you could soak up your entire YouTube life if you could just cover America all the time. But yeah, but definitely there are some really interesting channels out there. And I'm still every day you'll find something new on there. So yeah, it's really good to watch them. And there was another one. Who was that other guy who I just given a shout out? George Barrow. I did watch some of his where I think he was repairing bikes and doing bits like that. That was really interesting. You know, when you get these little niche videos, and they're really quite good to. It's not videos that a sector I would go into. I'd be bloody crap at teaching or showing people stuff. But these people who do show you how to fix and repair things and where they'll show you stuff online, different products and all that kind of thing. Like I said, it wouldn't be my kind of thing. I wouldn't be sort of lot good at that. But it's quite interesting to see how these guys do it. And I bet any money at all, I bet there's trades that are dying out. Well, people don't do, and it's good that some people are either doing channels on how we used to do these, how we used to repair things and older things, and doing what as some of these trades disappear, you're so going to be using YouTube to archive because this stuff will come back. You know, as you've seen from stuff we had in the 70s and 80s and how that's coming back with the younger crowd. This stuff always comes back. As they say, history repeating itself. But yeah, you know, we're losing some of these gifts and trades and that, and how we used to do stuff. And I know modernisation kicks in, but some of the older stuff, it is better how you used to do it, and it does last longer. I know at times we perhaps don't want to admit it, but it did. And people, even going back further generations of mine, where they would spend the time, even if they didn't know, they would spend the time to pull something apart, to learn and understand how it worked originally, so they could repair it. And people didn't have the money to just go and buy new things, and they had to repair things themselves. I can remember my father doing it all the time. On certainly not his level, he really could pull things apart I couldn't do. I don't know how he did it really. There's some bits I could do, but it's usually I stick to Technic Lego. So that's more my level. So no, I know as a youngster I did always have an interest in mechanics and that, and it's one of them things I perhaps wish I'd carried on now. I did do it a bit as in the workshop at the farm when I was on work experience at high school, and they was quite pleased on what I did there then. And And as usual, as a youngster being an idiot, you're thinking, no, I don't want to do that. I'll go and do this other job. That look more interesting. And now you look back and you think, what an idiot was I? Do you know what? I should have carried on and studied that and gone and done that instead. And chances are I'd perhaps been better off now. But there we go. We've all been there as a teenager. You know, as a teenager, we always know better. And then you get in your 40s and 50s and think, yeah, actually, I didn't know better, did I? You know, parents were right. So yeah, that was yeah, perhaps should have looked into that. And I've always had an interest in how mechanical things work, engines and that kind of thing. So, and you just don't seem to get that as much as perhaps sort of a slot from the 70s and 80s may have had. I suppose youngsters now just want to do gaming and come IT and that, which you don't blame them. You know, that's where the money and that is now, and that's where the future is now. So you got to move on, as we do. So I suppose, like most kids from the 70s and 80s, stuff on IT, you've just learned yourself. I've never particularly done IT courses. You just had to learn it yourself. So you just pick bits along. So yeah, right. Well, where are we? We'll give this another 9-10 minutes, and then I'll leave Jamie to his customers. Isn't it funny when you look at the weather outside and you suddenly get the sun come through, and it's so deceiving, and you think, cool. While you're sitting in the house, you think, hang on, look all right out there. Obviously, the weather's picking up, and then you open the door. I did this with the cat, one of our cats the other day. And I thought you do know it's cold outside. she went to the door, just thinking, come on out, look all right. And then she got to the door, and the wind blew her face. And yeah, she said, come back in. She said, yeah, no, I'll leave it. So no, I don't blame her. Don't blame her at all. It's quite funny. You get this time of year where you get a bit of brightness, and you think that's okay, and then you actually spend some time out there, and you think, yeah, no, I know it ain't. And that's before we get onto the garden outside. Now, that's been needing some work for a long time, as I'm sure the missus will say. But yeah, it's one of these jobs that I keep meaning to do. Honestly, I do. I keep meaning to do it and just never get round to it. My parents are quite into gardening, but I just, yeah. Certainly these last few years, I suppose my job doesn't help, but it's one of them things I just cannot get my head into. I should do, because all my parents and grandparents and that background would have been gardening, but I don't know. I just can't get into it. It's perhaps me. It perhaps just seems to be a lot of work. I don't know. It's one of them things, one of them generational things, I guess. I must really get into it. Every man dog wanting chips today. Yeah. Is it normally busy on a Friday then, mate? Sort of lunchtime-ish? Or is this out of the norm? Although I don't blame them. So yeah, I already could eat at the moment. So I know I ain't had lunch yet. I'll do that once we finish this. So but yeah. Yeah, I've got to admit, I've always been a big eater. I blame my mother for that. You remember it from years as a kid, mate. You know, you can't leave the table till you've ate it all. I mean, they'd never even, you wouldn't even eat my, well, I suppose how it is with, how it is now, you wouldn't be allowed to say that now, would you? So, but I remember, I mean, personally, that was never a chore with us, because everything got it anyway. But, but I suppose how I was growing up, most stuff was either your father grew it, or because he was on the farm, you had it locally and that. So I suppose I was quite fortunate being brought up on the farm. But but yeah, no, we always ate what we was given, and it was always pretty healthy stuff. Mum was pretty good at that. I suppose that's where they were brought up with having to cook, and you got what you could afford. But yeah, we never went short of food, and I think again people forget a lot of this now. Where at one time food was a shortage, and not talking about it here, but I could see where we could be going with that again. How things are, but yeah, definitely a strange old world at the moment. It's certainly a country at the moment. I certainly don't recognise from my growing up. It's changed so much. Has it changed for the better or for the worse? I don't know. I'm not one to answer that one. I'll leave that for the people with letters after the name to answer that one. I've got my views, but we'll leave them there. So, but it's I don't know. I suppose some things have changed for the good, but I would say I don't think we're perhaps being managed as well as we could be. I'll leave it as that. So, but there. I'm sure it will all come out in the wash as we was told. So, Blair, let's just do one final check of this chat. No, it's not too. Like I said, Jamie. Watch Boiler Curb. Yeah, like I said, I'll definitely check that out. So. So yeah, we'll end at 12:30 here. We'll just give it a few more minutes, and then I will call it a day with you guys. And then I suppose I better get some more work done, and while we're having lunch, still got quite a bit to do. So it's quite funny. You're getting there. You can feel when the heat kinds of dips down in the house. You definitely notice at this time of year. I'm not saying jealous of them, not at Tenerife, no, not never on about 23, I think. Don't know what the temperature is there today. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, so they're on 23. I'm not jealous at all, honestly. So yeah, I'd like to be a natural. I always feel I've not always been a confident person, to be honest. That's took me about a million years to get like this. I wish I was a natural like some of these. I think I've always been a bit conscious of my accent. But no, we'll yeah, it's been good, and yeah, we'll definitely do more of these. Yeah, we'll definitely get some more of these done, and obviously I've got a lot to learn on these lives, and I assume you can do joint ones and things like that. So that's perhaps something we can maybe look at or see how it's done. I'll perhaps have to have a bit of IT training on that to how you do that. So yeah, but yeah, be good to maybe look at doing a joint one or something, or a group one. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I'm into the gaming ones, but yeah, definitely the chat ones and that kind of thing. Yeah, that's definitely something we can look at doing. So anyway, well, we'll give a couple more minutes. So, but am I natural? Well, we try. We try. So yeah, I think, like I said, I've still got a lot of learning to do, which I understand that. Oh dear. But yeah. Okay, I think we will call it a day here now, I think. Thanks for everyone who's joined in, who's clicked into the channel and left me some chat. I know it's been mainly my man Jamie, and good to see that he's not slacking in the chippy. But yeah, again, thanks for everyone, guys who have subscribed, and the guys who have liked and viewed and put up with me. Thanks for everyone. Like I said, we'll do more of these. We'll get the date, and hopefully, as we get my health back to where it should be, we'll be okay, and we'll bang more of these out. So, thanks again. I will see you guys pretty soon. Thanks for everyone who's joined and who hasn't, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.